Welcome to Work Reborn, live from Barcelona, brought to you by Lenovo. Work Reborn is a research series surveying over 600 senior IT leaders worldwide to uncover the key to creating a productive digital workplace. Last report, we talked about using AI to work smarter and stay safer. Now we're moving from AI readiness to AI reality, where technology and human connection are reshaping how we work and thrive in this new era of work, or as we like to call it, Work Reborn. Let's get started. Hey Greg, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So I really appreciate you taking the time to come by our Lenovo podcast booth
It's
today.
a pleasure.
I wanted to just give our listeners a bit of context. Can you share who you are and what you do?
Sure. So I work for EDF Energy in the UK. We're many things, but I work in the part of our business which runs nuclear power stations, generates electricity, low carbon electricity to boot, and I work within our IT organisation in that nuclear business, leading up architecture, IT architecture, but also our business engagement, our understanding of what the business actually needs.
I think that's such a cool intersection to
Absolutely.
have the behind the scenes, in front of the scenes perspective a bit. And I do think it's a key role to help keeping the organization aligned and definitely applied in the real world. Because I think as IT leaders or IT professionals, especially those that are listening, can really benefit from hearing also the business side as well too.
It really helps to bring together our understanding of what the business need with our strategizing and solutionizing to actually decide what solutions we're going to provide to meet that business need. You know, if you've got the teams so close together as they are, then that lesson from that engagement with the business doesn't get lost in translation. So yeah, it works really well.
So, we did a recent research survey. We interviewed over 600 senior IT leaders in our Work Reborn report. And we found that really the current landscape of what leaders are worried or excited or just cognizant of at this time, especially in this quarter, are a few categories. But largely one of the most predominant ones was AI, and
Yep.
not just AI as a concept, but now how do we really integrate it and upskill our team? And we found that 43% of the senior IT leaders we surveyed said that their teams still do not have the AI skills needed for full adoption.
Yep.
And, tell me about, for your organization, what's your approach to closing that gap? Are you in the same capacity, and where are you at in that journey currently?
Well, the first thing to say is that, I recognize that challenge. It's common to any company in any industry. Within our context in the nuclear industry, we're excited about the possibilities of AI, but we're also aware that there are risks. And so we have to be very conscious of our requirements. Going back to that understanding of the business requirements, one of the big requirements is around security, another is around certainty.
Sustainability is another
Sustainability is really key. So there are lots of facets that we need to understand about AI in order to use it effectively. And we also, I guess, need to understand as a business the different options there are available. And that's where I start with business leaders, trying to explain that AI isn't one thing. AI is many technologies that can be put to many uses. And so we start with having those high-level conversations with business leaders, give them that basic grounding in AI, and to start that conversation about, okay, what are we going to do with this?
How are you
this
even
new product
approaching
set?
starting those conversations? Because I think leaders listening are probably in a state of, I guess, information overload at this time.
Yeah, and it's not something I need to initiate. It's more that I'm asked to come and talk to senior leaders. They are crying out for more information.
Yeah.
They may have tried ChatGPT, they may have tried Gemini or one
All
of the
the
other
things.
products on their phone. So they're using these things in their home life, and they want to know, number one, should we be using it? And number two, if we're not using it, does that mean we're falling behind?
Mm.
And so it's a really interesting conversation to have, but I don't think you can really have a productive conversation until you get a common understanding about what AI is,
And I think maybe
fundamentally.
that definition could potentially be different for every organization.
Sure.
Like, what
And
does AI mean to us?
yes, absolutely. And I think you bang on. There's a there's a general understanding of what AI is from a technology standpoint and what the possibilities are, but then you've got to narrow down that focus. Absolutely. There's then a wider population, which is the people who are actually going to get you the business value by using AI. And the use case possibilities are endless. And we
Yes.
need to make some clear business choices about which of those use case possibilities we want to explore. But we'll only get value from those use cases if our end users actually know how to take advantage of the AI solutions we provide them. Whether those are AI solutions embedded in products that we already use, that vendors have deployed out to us, or bespoke AI solutions that we've developed ourselves, or indeed some other thing. And so we've started a program of trying to educate our end users on the basics. And we really are at the start. It's been really interesting at this Gartner conference to hear about others who are doing similar things and to, I guess, get some new ideas on
Right.
additional messaging we could be giving. For me, it comes down to some of the old school techniques around training, yes, but change management. There's
That's
a
been
lot
a
of
big theme we've heard from this
yeah,
this
yeah.
series.
It's there's a fear factor, and you need to have conversations with people to really understand which fear is prevalent in their minds.
Mm.
It could be that they're worried about being left behind. They're worried about looking like they don't know what they're doing and everyone else does. And I can understand that fear. I don't think we are behind. I don't
Yeah.
think anyone actually is behind that far because I don't think anyone's that far ahead.
I think we're
Um,
just getting started.
yeah, absolutely. But there's also fears around: is this going to take over my job? You know, is this going to? What's this going to do with my data?
Hmm.
So lots of different concerns, and for different people, they'll have different fears that are foremost in their mind. The others may take a back seat. So understanding which fears we have to talk about is really important. So we always start our sessions of trying to upskill with that conversation. You know, what what do we need to focus on in this session that's going to help you to understand a bit more and to be more willing to actually go and explore an AI tool set? It's only once you set that base that you can then go forwards and actually get engagement when you're trying to then talk about how to get the most out of the AI tools.
That makes complete sense. Before we worry about how we upskill our teams, they need to feel seen and heard.
Absolutely.
The elephant in the room, for whatever that is for that organization, the fear around what they're experiencing needs to be addressed. And I think that's what a great leader does. They speak and listen, and they take a human approach to the upskilling.
It's about the people. The AI is the latest technology that is cool and exciting, and for a nerd like me, I love it.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean it's going to do everything that people were doing before. I think it'll be really helpful, but ultimately our business thrives on people, and we have to look after them. We have to help them, and that's how our business is successful.
That's extremely well said. You know, our report agrees with that finding. We found over all of the leaders that we surveyed, only 12% said that they would consider reducing headcount after proper implementation. So you're on the right track there. And we really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us a little bit about your perspective of what you're doing. And if anyone is interested in learning more about the Work Reborn report and hearing conversations just like this, make sure you check out the link in the description below. And if you're watching us on YouTube, scan the QR code on the screen here to grab yourself a copy of the report. And that wraps it up for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thanks for tuning in to Work Reborn, powered by Lenovo. Lenovo is turning readiness into reality, empowering people, technology, and businesses to move forward together. If you've enjoyed this episode, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on Apple or Spotify to continue the conversation on how we're bringing new life to the modern workplace. Thanks for watching.
Lenovo.